This is a short introduction to Adrian Tomine. He is a contemporary cartoonist and graphic storyteller. He has produced a number of comics, graphic novels, and illustrations for covers of magazines. You might have seen his work on the cover of The New Yorker. I am a little surprised that more people don't know about Tomine. He is very gifted as a cartoonist and as a storyteller, and I think he deserves a lot more attention. I'll share with you a few of his works that are my favorites and explain a little about the types of stories and illustrations that he has to offer. Alright, so Tomine's first collection is called Sleepwalk and Other Stories. It's from the comics that were published in his comic series Optic Nerve in the mid-90s. And this collection contains 16 of those short stories, and I really like them. I think they're very short, but they're very rich. They have a lot going on, and they're all just realistic, like slice of life stories where they follow a certain character through an incident or examine a relationship or something. But I like the drawings are like it's a very clean line, just black and white drawings, and one of Tomine's strengths is just how he draws people and their facial expressions, and being a graphic storyteller, it requires a very unique skill set, and Tomine definitely has that, and so I think these stories are wonderful, and there's a lot in here to appreciate. My favorite one in here is 6 Day Cold. I can find it here. Yeah, it's one that I've really remembered, and that has stuck with me. So next one is Summer Blonde. It's from the late 90s and early 2000s, and it contains 4 stories, longer short stories. And it was this book that first introduced me to Tomine, and it really surprised me. It surprised me in a good way. I was very impressed with his drawing and with his stories and his storytelling ability, and I could tell that there's something unique about him, and that he really does have a lot to offer his readers. And it's same with some black and white with some gray shading, and it's extraordinary. And so I really like this collection. My favorite is the last story, Bomb Scare. There we go. And also, as a side note, most of Tomine's stories are rated R. They're rated R, not for children. And next is graphic novel Shortcomings. I think that this one is the one that most people know about. It received the most attention, and it is his longest single story that he's published so far. It's 100 pages, and it was a New York Times notable book, and it received a lot of praise from big name contemporary authors and reviewers. Personally, this is not my favorite story of his. I just didn't like the main character at all, and I know a lot of Tomina's characters are unlikable, but I think he pushed it too far with this one, at least for my tastes. But that's just me. I know a lot of people really liked Shortcomings. And the next one that I have is Killing and Dying. It's one of his most recent ones, and it contains 6 short stories. And it also received a ton of very positive reviews, and won a lot of awards in the comic book world, and a lot of people really loved it. And in this one, he experiments a lot with style, and with how he goes about telling the stories. Some are even in color, and so yeah, that's that one, Killing and Dying. My personal preference is more for Tomina's earlier work, but that's just me. I know I'm probably in the minority there, but yeah. So I hope that might help to give you a little introduction to him and the kinds of stories that he has to offer and what he has to offer as an illustrator. And there's something else that makes his stories stand out to me is that I remember them. You know, they some of them do stick with me, and they give me a lot to think about, and I think that demonstrates the value that they have. You know, a lot of like stories and books and movies and TV shows, we just don't remember them at all. But I think the ones that do stick with us are they do it for a reason, and a lot of Tomina's stories have done that with to me, and so I can appreciate that, and to me, it's a sign that they are that his work is extraordinary. It's not ordinary. It's not normal, but he is very, very gifted, and so I'm glad that he's done what he's done, and I hope that he continues to give us more in the future. So that's all I got for that. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.